All right, 4.1, part 2. We're going to talk about the triangle sum theorem and the exterior angle theorem. The triangle sum theorem states that the sum of the interior angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. So all angles in a triangle are going to add up to 180 degrees. So if those are my three angles, it would be angle 1, or the measure of angle 1, plus the measure of angle 2, plus the measure of angle 3, equals 180 degrees. Every triangle. Your exterior angle theorem states your exterior angle will equal the sum of two non-adjacent interior angles. So let me give you a visual of what we're talking about. We have a triangle and then one of the lines extends out, it forms an exterior angle. This would be an exterior angle. That's our exterior angle. And then you still have your interior angles. Now this is saying that the exterior angle is going to equal the sum of the two non-adjacent interior angles. So non-adjacent to itself. 3 is adjacent with x. So we're talking about 1 and 2. So this would be measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2 equals x. And that would be your exterior angle theorem, what it would look like. So those will always be the same. And then you could use that knowledge of however much 1 and 2 are to tell you what 3 is, because you know all 3 need to add up to 180. Or you can use understanding of x and 3 being a linear pair to find that other angle if you know what it is, or if you know what one of them are. So let's look at do some examples. Skip over those from part 1. All right, we need to find the angle measures. So first we're looking at measure of angle BCD. That is that angle there. So we're looking for the measure of 5x minus 2. So we know it is going to be equal to the two non-adjacent angles, so 76 and 2x added together. So 76 plus 2x equals 5x minus 2. Then we just need to solve for x and then plug x back in. So I'll subtract 2x on both sides. It gives me 76 equals 3x minus 2. Add that 2 to the other side. So 78 equals 3x divided by 3. And x will equal 26. So we need to take 26, plug it back in for 5x. I'll do my work up here. So 5 times 26 minus 2. And we should get 5 times 26 will give us 130, so 128. So measure of angle BCD equals 128 degrees. Now we also need to find the measure of angle ABC. That's our angle 2x. So we just need to plug 26 in for x. And we get 52. So measure of angle ABC equals 52 degrees. Okay, looking at number 6. We need to find the measure of angle BAC. That's our angle down here, the 3x plus 11. We know B, or the angle at B, is 90 degrees. It's a right angle. So we know one of the angles there. So we're going to use the interior angle theorem for this one. So we're going to say 3x plus 11 plus 4x minus 5 plus 90 equals 180. So we can combine our like terms. It's 7x there, and then if we add also all of those together, we get 96. Subtract 96. It gives us 7x equals 84. Divide by 7. And x equals 12. So now we know that x equals 12. We can plug that in for 3x plus 11, or plug it in for x and the 3x plus 11 and find out that measure of that angle. So 3 times 12, which is 36, plus 11 will give us 47. So the measure of angle BAC equals 47 degrees. We also need to find the measure of BCA. That's the other one, our 4x. We'll circle it, 4x minus 5. Plug in x, 12 for x. That's 48, and minus 5 will give us 43. So the measure of angle BCA equals 43 degrees. So we use the interior angles theorem for that, knowing that all three need to add up to 180. So then in number 7, we need to find x and angle 1. X and angle 1. So we're using the exterior angle theorem and or also linear pair, because we see angle 1 is a linear pair with 5x minus 10. Really, we could also use the interior angle theorem once we find x to tell us what angle 1 is also. So similar to in Unit 3 where you could use different alternate or interior, alternate exterior, alternate interior combinations of relationships to find values. You can kind of do that with these as well. But you do need to make sure that it works. So here we're going to look at first, if we need to find x, I'm going to use our exterior angle theorem to find x. So we'll say 40 plus 3x equals 5x minus 10. And then we can solve for x. So I'll subtract 3x, combine my x's, and even add the 10 over to the other side. So we have 50 equals 2x, divided by 2, x equals 25. So that's the first part of our question, find x. Notice it doesn't say we have to plug x back in to find a certain angle, like to find 5x minus 10 or 3x. It just wanted us to find x in this case. but you will need to pay attention to whether it's asking you for the angle or just for x. We are going to plug it back in. We can plug it back into either 3x and use the interior angles theorem, or we can plug it into 5x minus 10, and our understanding that 1 and 5x minus 10 are a linear pair, they would be supplementary. We could solve it that way too. So we do have a linear pair here. So I'm going to use that. So I'm plugging 25 in for x, so I know angle 1 plus 5 times 25 minus 10 equals 180. 5 times 25 is 125. Minus 10 is 115. So angle 1 plus plus 115 equals 180. I'll give myself some more room. Subtract 115 on both sides. And the measure of angle 1 will equal 65. And if you want to check your work, we can plug 25 in for x with 3x. You would get 75. 75 plus 40 is 115. And we know they all three need to add up to 180, so we would subtract 115 from 180 and still get 65 for angle 1. So that works either way using interior angle theorem or linear pair for that. So that is it on part 2 of the notes. Make sure you do your homework.